Today I want to talk about a hidden charge found on hotel bills in the Niagara Falls area. Now this seems to apply to Niagara Falls, Canada, as well as Niagara Falls, New York. So my wife and I planned to go to Niagara Falls and booked a hotel in advance in the Niagara Falls area. Specifically, we booked a room at the 4 Points by Sheraton, located at 7001 Buffalo Avenue in Niagara Falls, New York. So that's on the American side. And when we got our original confirmation or estimation here, as you can see below in the paper that I've got displayed here, there was a charge for Dmdf, 4% per room per night, $4.17 US dollars, as you can see there. So when we first looked at this, we didn't really question it. We just thought it was some sort of other tax. You can see there's a couple of other taxes listed. There's a state tax and a lodging tax. So we thought it was just some kind of locality tax or something along those lines, and didn't even question it. So after we had visited Niagara Falls and spent our time in the hotel, it was time to check out, and when we checked out, we were handed this itemized bill for the room, which you can see here. I've got most of it covered up just to protect some of my particulars, but you can see here, the room charge and the state tax and the lodging tax and this destination fee that I have highlighted. And when I looked it over at checkout time, it didn't really look out of the ordinary, and nothing was really mentioned about any of the charges. So I just signed it and went on my way. After I got home, a few days later, I was checking my bank account, and I noticed that the hotel had put an extra charge on my bank account for, I don't remember the exact amount, but it was somewhere around $15. And I couldn't figure out what that was for. I didn't remember seeing anything like that on this bill. So I started kind of looking things over, and I aligned these line items to the line items that I showed previously on that estimate that I had got when I booked the room. And I kind of realized that this destination fee that's listed here was the same line item as the Dmdf fee that was listed on the estimate. And I noticed that the fee on the actual bill was $6.26, whereas the estimate was $4.17. So I thought that was kind of odd, that the estimate would be, so accurate down to the penny, but that the actual charge would be different, and not different by that much, but, different. So I called the hotel and asked about it, and I really didn't get a straight answer. They kind of just told me that my bill was different than my estimate, and that's why they had to take the extra $15. So I really couldn't ask any more questions at that point. I didn't have any other information. So I went back and hopped on the internet and started doing some Googling for destination fees or Dmdf fees. And what I found out was that this fee is not a mandatory fee. It's actually voluntary, and you don't have to pay it. What was interesting is that most of the information I saw indicated that this fee is charged by Canadian hotels, the ones that would be on the Canadian side of Niagara Falls. I didn't see much mention of it on the New York, United States side. But it was described as a tourism fee that the Canadian side of Niagara Falls charges to help maintain the falls, I guess, was the best explanation I had. But that it really isn't mandatory, and that it's even questionable whether this fee actually makes it to the people that maintain the falls and the area around it. So armed with that information, I decided to call the hotel back one more time and ask why it was $4.17 on my estimate, but they charged $6.26 on the actual bill. So as soon as I started mentioning this, I couldn't even get through my whole question, and the receptionist immediately agreed to remove this charge completely from my bill, stating that I didn't have to pay it. So instead of having to pay an extra $15, I got a small refund back into my bank account a couple of days later. So I guess the point of the story here is that if you're planning a trip to Niagara Falls, either the United States, New York side or the Ontario, Canadian side, look for this destination fee or DMDF fee on your bill or on your estimate. And if you don't want to pay for it, make sure you say something, because you don't have to. So I guess that'll do it for this video. A little bit different than the videos I usually do. But if you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. And if you'd like to leave a comment, share the video, or subscribe to my channel, please feel free to do that as well. Thanks for watching.